have to use. And the reason that they use this inside your body is because it's completely non-reactive and inert. What do you think would happen if they put a lesser grade of metal inside your body? Trouble. Yeah, you'd rust and inflammation, and yeah, you'd probably have to get it taken out eventually. So that's why they use this grade of metal. Now we're using it in our cookware because we want you cooking on the cleanest surface available. You're going to see with our cookware test that most cookware, when we're heating up, you're heating it up, it's of such a nature that it's releasing chemicals or metals into your food. Now there's 7 layers on the inside that transfer the heat so well that it's just as hot up here on the lip as it is on the bottom of the pan. And actually, because of the massive heating core, most of the things I'm cooking, I'm starting at medium heat, and I really don't need to cook on high, so you're going to save energy. On the outside, there's a surgical grade of steel that also contains ferritic steel, so it's magnetic, and you can use it on induction stovetops. Is anybody familiar with induction cooking? Okay, induction cooking is going to be the future of all your kitchen. Maybe you've seen that commercial with Kelly Ripa, and she's like, I can boil water in 60 seconds on my Electrolux stove. Well, it's induction. And I actually could be cooking here. I could have a piece of paper between the burner on my induction, boil water in 60 seconds. It's not going to burn the paper. Okay, latest technology. And we're ready for the future of cooking. But you can use this on a gas stove, campfire, electric stove, wherever there's heat, it's going to transfer heat really well. In fact, it's such even heat from the bottom up, sides in, and top down that it creates a mini convection oven on top of the stove. So anything you do in the oven, you can do in our cookware on top of the stove. So today I'm going to bake a cake on top of the stove. You could roast a whole chicken on top of the stove. You could do baked potatoes. When I do baked potatoes, I just stick the whole potato in there, put the lid on. I have baked potatoes in about 15-20 minutes. Wow. And really fast. So anything you do in the oven. So because actually ovens are pretty inefficient, 70% of the energy from our oven is heating our house and 30% is cooking our food. Now, also I'm going to show you a few little features, but today the way I'm cooking, I'm not going to use any steam or water when cooking my vegetables. Does anybody know why we want to avoid using steam or water for cooking?
It leaches out the nutrients.
Yeah, we have water-soluble vitamins and minerals, and when you're cooking in water, it's leaching away. An example of that. Now, first, an important fact about food. All these colors that you see in your fruits and vegetables, colors are the vitamins in your food. And the flavors out of those foods are your minerals. So let's say you're steaming some broccoli, and you look at the water below that you're steaming. What color is it? Green. You know you've lost vitamins. Now, a lot of people say, well, I use that water for soup or some other thing. Well, actually, because of the hot temperatures that it's reached, there's no value in that water. So the way that our cookware is engineered, you take your vegetables, wash them, put your lid on, put the lid on, and they just cook and tenderize in their own natural moisture. I don't need to cook my vegetables in water. So we're going to keep all of that nutrition, all of that flavor that we're cooking out with steaming and boiling. Now, actually, you can boil eggs in here without water. You can just take whole eggs, put the lid in there, put the lid on. In about 5 minutes, you have a hard-boiled egg. In 3 minutes, you have a soft-boiled egg. And they're not going to explode. Just stick right eggs in there. Okay?
Just put an egg out of the
An egg, a raw egg in there, put the lid on.
In the shell.
In the shell. It's going to cook in the shell. When you put eggs into boil, and I can show you how to do that today. I actually brought some eggs. So when you're boiling eggs in water, eggs are really porous. It's leaching out nutrition. It's changing the structure of the amino acid. You also will notice you get a green-gray film around the yolk. That doesn't happen. It looks like a sunset, the yolk, and they're really easy to peel, too. So.
And they don't burn?
They're not going to burn. They're going to be perfect. Perfect eggs.
Does nothing burn?
Nothing's going to burn if I don't. Now, let's say I totally forgot about it. I was baking a cake in here. I had it on high, and it burned to the bottom of the pan. Yeah, it's going to burn. But the great thing is, because of the metal, the food's carbonized on the top. I just put a little water in it, let it sit, or boil some water in it, and everything that's burned on the bottom is going to pop right off when I'm boiling it. Yeah. And that's because there's no, the grade of metal, the titanium. In fact, the titanium surgical steel on the inside, I can fry foods without any oil. So I could do a fried chicken without a drop of oil. I could do a fried fish without any oil. Anything you want to fry, your meat, you never need to add fat, and you can actually put frozen chicken breast in there, and it's going to only take 5 minutes longer to cook. You don't have to thaw it out.